Just saw Beauty and the Beast, no, I'm a bit late, but bit of scheduling issues. Couldn't find the time. Eventually went, and you know what? I really enjoyed it. I loved it. It was amazing. The music was great. I loved Clogsworth and the way he just kind of, his little legs, so cute. It's a clock. Emma Watson in Something There being hit by the snowball was probably the funniest thing I've seen in the cinema in years. I could not contain myself. Sometimes I think of Emma Watson just getting a snowball directly into the face and I just laugh instantly. It's just hilarious. I don't know what it was. But we're not here to talk about Emma Watson taking a snowball to the face. What I actually want to talk about is what was heavily promoted going into the movie, the gay stuff. So in the months leading up to the movie's release, there was a lot of stuff from director Bill Condon talking about LeFou. I'm gonna say LeFou being gay. There was all these headlines like, first gay Disney character film almost banned in Malaysia because character is gay. Disney refuses to cut gay moment because gay. This huge leap forward for LGBT representation in media. Monumental, like finally, gay character in a major motion. Oh, like, it was blown out of proportion. What, can I show you that moment? Maybe. That was it. Two men dance together. Two men dancing together for a second. Gay! It's pretty gay. So I'm going to talk about how I feel about LeFou being gay in the live action Beauty and the Beast. My feeling was LeFou's character and LeFou's sexuality was going to be played for laughs. It would be an unrequited love between him and Gaston. It would be awfully stereotypically gay, and to a certain extent I was right, and this isn't anything new. In the early days of film, you couldn't have an openly gay character because, you know, that's, ew, gross. What? No. That's gay. Instead of saying characters are openly gay, quite often they would be just a man with very effeminate, traditionally gay characteristics. Quite often they would be the comic relief, be quite weak in comparison to the main protagonist, or they would be villains because gay people could not be the lead. God forbid, you know, we normalize homosexuality. These characters are painted as lesser than the traditionally masculine leads in these movies. A lot of them would be referred to as fobs, and fobs would be non-threatening characters, these effeminate characters, quite often British. So obviously over years, this kind of stuff, this kind of like characteristics became synonymous with characters of comic relief and villainous characters. So obviously Disney, wanting to show through cinematic language that these characters are evil, these characters are weaker than our protagonists, these characters are not as brave. You find these characteristics quite often in Disney villains. If you look at the villain in Pocahontas, you look at Hades from Hercules, is quite a campy guy.
Do anything to hurt me.
He's a guy.
The bad guy in Tarzan, whose name I forget, is English, who really falls into the fob category. Holds himself in almost an effeminate manner. The quintessential is the villain in Pocahontas. I mean, look at him compared to our beautiful, masculine, all-man Mel Gibson John Smith. The anti-Semite Mel Gibson. It is film shorthand for us to know to dislike these characters. That is not Disney's fault, and I understand them building on that. You see these features again in comedic relief. And again, in Disney, you have the ultimate comedic sidekicks. You have Timon and Pumbaa in The Lion King, who have become advocates for same-sex marriage and same-sex families because they raised Simba after his father died, and they clearly have some kind of partnership going on. Even if it's non-sexual, they're gay parents. And that's cool. That's all fine. But they're side characters. So let's look at these coded gay characteristics that I've talked about probably not very well and apply it to LeFou. LeFou is a villain, not the main villain, but a villain, like the villain's sidekick. And he is comic relief. He's effeminate, traditionally gay characteristics are played up for laughs a lot, which is what I thought. So there's a scene in the movie where these girls are looking longingly at Gaston and he's kind of like, no way ladies, not for you. You wish you could get him, he loves Belle. During Gaston the song, it's kind of become a love song to Gaston from LeFou. And they have a moment in the song in which they hug and he says, is it too much? And Gaston is like, yeah babe, sus, like, no homo. Also in the song, there's a line and Josh Gad's LeFou is like, no one bites like Gaston, and he lifts up his shirt and Gaston has bitten him on his stomach. Why? The only other character that you could argue is LGBT in the movie is one of the men that gets dressed up like women by the wardrobe doesn't run away, he just kind of turns to the wardrobe and just kind of goes, I look damn good. I was looking at this and I turned to my friend and I was like, I bet that's the guy that LeFou is going to end up with. So finally, come to the end of the film, this heavily publicised gay moment has still not happened yet. We're at the ballroom scene. Spoilers, Beast gets turned into a human. Sorry guys, I know, like, whew, big spoilers from 1991. Watching the ballroom scene, LeFou is dancing with a girl. I'm like, that's not gay. That's not gay at all. And right at the end, the guy who's dressed up in the dress comes out, takes the woman that was dancing with LeFou away, and they dance together for a second. It is a second, not a second, obviously, but 3 seconds. It's nothing. It's not anything. I find a lot of people, particularly like straight people, it's amazing, it's such a step forward, it's just so normalized, it's so casual, but it's not anything. Like, they're just two men dancing together. There's no kiss, there's no build up of romantic tension, there's no nothing. For what Bill Condon built it up to be was nothing, which is disappointing because he himself is openly gay and Luke Evans, who plays Gaston, is gay, so I don't know why they settled. And I know LeFou is not a main character, but he never says he's gay. Even just a kiss in that dance scene would have made it so much more worthwhile. But obviously that's too gay for Disney at the moment. What I will say there is something positive to the story. LeFou is infatuated with Gaston. But then over the course of the movie, he kind of turns away and realizes that Gaston isn't a nice guy. Like, things like tricking Belle into trying to marry him is one thing. Points him in the right direction. As is Gaston, spoilers, straight up trying to murder Maurice. He just ties him to a tree and leaves him to be eaten by wolves. It's much darker than the Gaston in the animated film. It did get kind of darker, but the guy directed Twilight, so you know, that's really dark. What I liked about that storyline and what I think redeems LeFou is that his story arc was very interesting in that he was infatuated with this terrible guy and then over the film learns that he deserves someone better. He deserves love, because obviously Gaston is never going to be in love with him. He's just in love with him because he's ripped and he's hot and like he's the big hot shot in town. He does his bidding because he's infatuated with him. And then he learns over the course of the film that he's not a nice guy and he deserves better. And Mrs. Potts and LeFou have an exchange in the fight scene in which she says, honey, you deserve better. And he's kind of like, yeah, I do. And that's nice. It was a gay man infatuated with a straight man and learning that he'll never have him. Because that happens. So overall, I think there's something positive to take away from it in which LeFou's story arc is interesting, but it is not the amazing openly gay moment that it was built up to be. It wasn't anything. I mean, until we get either a gay kiss or a gay protagonist, I won't be satisfied with Disney being openly LGBT. Even like Finding Dory, you had that lesbian couple in the background. Like that's what we have to cling to. But I guess if we're looking at it, this is a step forward. So even the CEO and president, I'm glad this week, acknowledged what a huge step forward it was to have a very heavily hinted at, very obviously gay character in a children's fairy tale movie made by a major motion picture studio, and also that we have a gay Power Ranger. So I guess for the moment the LGBT community should just be happy with what we get. I will put it to Disney to, if they really want to represent LGBT characters, give us one Disney movie with LGBT protagonists. I bought this, it's super cute. It's called The Princess and the Treasure. If you're looking for an idea of a jumping off point, this would be a good book. It's about two princes who fall in love, and guys, actually check it out. The story's okay, but you could totally flesh it out. Like, this is good to do it. Also, give Elsa a girlfriend. Sorry if that wasn't very coherent. I just rambled. I hope this was something. This relationship with the no kiss and whatever, if this was the first gay relationship in Disney film, it's already happened. Watch The Hunchback of Notre Dame. The gargoyle thing falls in love with the male goat. That's our first gay relationship in a Disney movie. You also got the Beauty and the Beast bestiality thing in there. Gay bestiality. Look it up.